Hey everyone, and welcome to Groove Builders, the show where we create and learn together. I'm your host, Disorderly Cone, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about ordering our hobby items from online websites like AliExpress. And at the very end, we're going to be opening a mystery package. Now, Groovers, I'm mainly going to be talking about metal models in this episode, but everything that I talk about can be applied to any hobby, regardless of what it is. Before we go any further, I want to be very clear that no one is paying me to feature their store, and these websites aren't giving me anything to feature them either. So Groove Builders, these are really just my opinions and how I buy my hobby items, and I want to give that to you guys so you guys can make the best decisions possible. With metal models and all hobby objects, it's very important to go to your local hobby market and find out what the average price of these things are, so that when you go on to these online retailers, you kind of know where to start. Sometimes these items we find can be just as good, if not better, than the things that are in the store, but other times, well, let's just say they might not meet the par. The question you have to ask yourself is, are you willing to experiment and see the difference for yourself? Okay, so let's say we go to AliExpress, and we want to find a really cool model like our friend R2-D2. Now, you'll notice there's going to be one R2-D2 saved for $1, and then you're going to see another R2-D2 saved for $5. Now, Groove Builders, it's important to use common sense in this situation. Wait a minute, R2-D2 for $1 and $5? How did you find models so cheap? I know, Groove Builder, don't worry, I'll explain all about that. You see, Groove Builders, there's all different kinds of companies out there that make metal models, but they're not really all created equal. I would hold companies like Metal Earth at a premium level because their models are often well crafted, their instructions are very easy to read, and overall, their metals are really thick. And when you're building, this is an important feature. Getting back to Alibaba Express, these two models are not going to be the same quality as Metal Earth, so that's very important to keep in mind. If you're looking for a cheaper alternative, this is where to go. Now, these two models, $1 and $5, are going to be vastly different quality, and that's important to know. If you're going to be getting a model that's about $1, it's going to be a little hard to read and probably not made with the best materials, where the one that's $5 should be a little bit better. More often than not, the more you pay for a model, the better quality it will be. Okay, so let's say we found the model that we want. The first thing we're going to look at is the seller's rating. Is he a good seller? Does he have a lot of positive feedback? Groove Builders, this is a key part to shopping on any online retailer. The second thing we're going to look at is the all-important shipping costs. Let's talk about that tricky shipping situation. Now, Groove Builders, oftentimes you're going to see free shipping. Now, free shipping on these Chinese websites usually means that you're going to be waiting for a long time to get your package. Now, some retailers are really good about getting your packages to you, and that's why it's very important to make sure that you look at those seller ratings and see where they're actually coming from. If you look closely at these ratings, you can see if ones are for your country or if they're from other countries, and you can see if it's fast shipping or not. Other times you might encounter a charge for shipping, and I found in my personal experience two different situations. The first situation is when you pay for shipping, oftentimes you get the item a lot faster than when it's for free. The second thing I encounter is oftentimes they'll make the item very cheap and then tack on a whole bunch of shipping and handling costs to kind of make up the cost of the item. Groove Builders, don't fall for this and always check out your cart summary before actually checking out. So, Groove Builders, we found something that we liked. We looked at the seller's history and investigated his comments, and we looked at the shipping to make sure that we weren't going to get Daleked. And we bought our product, so now begins our wait game. And Groove Builders, sometimes you're gonna wait. And wait, and wait, and wait. And then eventually you're just gonna forget about the package, and on that day, it will arrive. Your wait is going to be a long time, but that's not always the case. Like Crazy Toys here, these guys are really good about getting your packages to North America really fast. This one here was only about 2 weeks. So, thumbs up for Crazy Toys. Now, Groove Builders, I've ordered about 5 different packages from different retailers, so I don't know what's in this package. I made sure to black it out immediately, not looking at any text, so this is completely a surprise to me as to what this really is. So with that being all said, Groove Builders, let's open a mystery package! Now, oftentimes, these packages can be a little tricky to open because of all of that duct tape. And you do want to be very careful because most of the time, they have them encapsulated in some kind of styrofoam. And actually, this one already seems to have the package just kind of squeezed in there like a sandwich. So I gotta be very careful when opening it. See? Oh, there we go. Do not accept if the seal is broken. Well, I think my knife may have broken a few seals, but that's okay. So Groove Builders, let's go ahead and see if we can crack this shell. Nope, we're gonna have to cut a little bit more. Being very careful not to cut the model that's inside. I don't know where it is yet still. The one side is a little bit open, but I didn't look. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, oh, here we go. All right, let's take the sharp things away before anyone gets hurt. There we go. And now let's open her up. I don't know how this is gonna come out, so. Ooh, bam! Oh yeah, look at that. That's awesome. That is a throne room. And it looks like I did get a little bit carried away there with the cutty, but just be careful, Groove Builders, when opening any of your packages. So there you go, that's really cool. Groove Builders, let's take a closer look at this down on the workbench.
Alright, Groove Builders, welcome to the workbench. We have our Schwagen Empire throne room in some pretty awesome micro world packaging. Now, Groove Builders, I'm not going to go into the history of this particular model just yet, as I'm going to save that for a future video when we build this model. But I do want to go ahead and open up the package to take a look at the metal inside. I don't think it's going to be gold, so Groove Builders, let's go ahead and do that. Wow, look at that. That metal is awesome. All the color on that is really unique. I actually really can't wait to build this, Groove Builders, and on the back it looks like the instructions are inside this little package. Very nicely done, guys. Very nicely done. All right, Groove Builders, now I'm going to go ahead and put this back into the package very carefully, making sure not to bend any of this very nicely detailed metal. That's very cool, Groovers.
And with that, Groove Builders, we're pretty much at the end of our episode. Now, Groovers, it's really important for me to mention here that I demonstrated your average experience when purchasing online. And I do recognize that sometimes things do go awry. And when they don't necessarily go to plan, it's important, Groove Builders, to go to the people on the website and speak to their customer service teams. Oftentimes, again in my experience, these people are pretty eager to get this resolved as quickly as possible, and they'll communicate to you within a 24-hour period. So Groove Builders, remain calm and don't worry. Worst to worst, you will get your money back. Groove Builders, I had a really good time showing you guys how to order hobby items online and opening that mystery package with you. If you guys had a good time, don't forget to press that like button. And for more stuff like this, press subscribe as well, as we got all kinds of really cool stuff coming up in the future. Until next time, Groove Builders, keep building.